Good morning, bro. I want you to trust the process of whatever that you're doing in life. It could be in the gym, it could be in the work, it could be for your business, it could be for school, it could be for anything. All those little things, all those like little activities that you think don't matter really do matter. Those are the things that actually build you up, build up your skill, build up like the XP in whatever skill bar you're training for. Let me put it to you this way. You probably know Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, all these big footballers. How many hours of training do you think they put in so far? For them to become who they are, it's probably like 30,000 hours, 40,000 hours. That's like 8 hours a day, every day, just non-stop training, training, training. I read this thing where it's like, if you want to be quote unquote like experienced or an expert in something, or it might have been along those lines, you needed like a minimum of 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours is about 3 hours a day for like 2 3 years, I think, if I calculated it right. I don't know. I I did this calculation like 2 years ago, and I'm just like, I don't remember it correctly. Maybe 10,000 hours. Yeah, but let's say 3,000 hours a year. Fuck, never mind. Yeah, anyway, so you need about 10,000 hours to be considered an expert, or like to consider that you actually know your stuff in that area. Taken, taken that those 10,000 hours comes from the stuff that you don't enjoy. For the football players, it would be, yeah, sure, you're like this big football player, you're famous, you're really good at the dribbles and shit like that, but the 10,000 hours comes from the boring, mindless training that you do on the field when you're by yourself for like 3 hours a day. When you put your cones down and you like dribble through them, all of that. It's the mindless exercises that seem like useless now, but are incredibly useful in the long term if you just keep up the consistency. Let me tell you a story. So about 2 years ago, I used to play football, right? European football, soccer. I used to play it for like fourth division Canada or something like that, fourth or fifth division Canada. Nothing big. And my team, I knew how they would all play because none of them were improving their skills. Most of them would just come to practice, do whatever the coach says, maybe complain when the coach says, "Oh yeah, you guys got to run like 2 kilometers this week," and complain and shit like that. Me, you know what I did? Over the summer, I trained every single day for 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. I would do about an hour and a half in the morning, hour and a half in the afternoon, and in between that, I would do like other various exercises, like actually working out, jogging. So I'd have about, let's say, 4.5 hours every single day throughout the summer. That's like 60 days of 4.5 hours every day. And honestly, like you could see my improvement a lot. I used like to see how much I was improving, to see like a good progression system. There's this thing called juggling in football where you just like you basically keep up the ball with your feet. It's like, I don't want to show my feet too far. So if your feet is like foot is like this, you're keeping up the ball like that basically. Or you can just like look up a video of someone doing keep ups, although most people know what they are. So anyway, at the start of the summer, I'm telling you, I could barely do three in a row. By midsummer, I had 100 in a row. Just because I kept up my training, just because I told myself it will all be worth it. Honestly, yeah, it was worth it. It was worth like that learning experience, even though eventually I quit soccer. Like I realized like, yeah, I didn't really enjoy it anymore. Like I don't really see a future in this, so I just like quit. Anyway, that's besides the point. The point is that you put in the hours in the things, the small things that you think don't matter, and then eventually you'll come out as the winner. In, let's say, school, for example, where do you get your hours? From studying, not from the classroom. You get it from studying, reviewing the notes over and over and over again, doing the problems over and over again. All your progression, all the progression in your life comes from doing the small things that you think don't matter. But the things that you think don't matter, like these small things, like putting the extra training or studying, are also the things that we don't necessarily want to do, because one, they seem too easy, and two, because they're just like, you just go out of our way. We have to go out of our way in order to do them, and that in of itself is just kind of annoying, right? Of course, it's this concept called eat the frog. What's this? If I were to tell you that you could eat like just a normal 3-course meal, let's say, but you had to eat a live frog somewhere within that meal, when would you eat it? Any normal person, any person in like the self-improvement space would say at the beginning. Why? Because that way you eat the frog, you eat this like disgusting live frog at the beginning, and then you have the rest of the meal to enjoy and to wash out that disgusting taste. However, if you said, oh no, I'm going to eat at the end, okay, then you're going to eat this full course meal with the thought in your mind, oh, I'm going to have to eat a live frog at the end. It goes with anything. Like, you can put this concept to anything. You have an eat the frog work task. So for some people, maybe you would be recording a YouTube video. For some people, maybe you would be working on their business for a couple hours a day. For some people, it would be training. You need that one eat the frog task that you know is good for you, but that you don't want to do because it's just kind of hard or annoying to do. If you're starting a business, the eat the frog task would be you're working on the business. Maybe if you're like reading a book or some shit like that, if you're writing a book or some shit like that, the eat the frog task would be writing the book, actually sitting down, putting your head down and just like fucking writing. You get what I mean? This eat the frog task is what our progression, is what our experience is made out of. This eat the frog task over and over and over and over and over and over countless times again. Eat the frog means doing something even if you don't want to do it. That's how people become winners. That's how Ronaldo became Ronaldo, how Messi became Messi. They did stuff that they knew they had to do even though they didn't want to. They did it anyway. They knew that they had to put in constant hours of work every single day. Maybe some days they didn't want to because they were tired or whatever reason, but they still got up and made things happen. That's the important thing. That's what I want you to take away from this video. I need you to make things happen by getting over yourself and eating the frog. Thank you. Please do subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, whatever it is, and also follow my Instagram. It's in the description. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow for tomorrow's video.